Hey guys, Corrie Jones here, Garden Girl with Two Peas in a Bucket, with the next installment of 213 and 2013, the Monday video series that me and a group of other garden girls will provide you with 213 creative prompts by the end of 2013, which is just days away. So let's get started with these so that you can stay inspired to scrapbook. My prompts for you this week are to keep it super simple, to not fret when you make mistakes, and to try something transparent. For Christmas, my mother-in-law said that all she wanted was some family pictures of the five of us. I don't think we've ever had all five of us in a picture before. Maybe ever, maybe once. But that's all she wanted. So I was determined to get us all in together in a photo. So I went ahead, pulled out the tripod, got everyone dressed appropriately, and we headed out for some family pictures. So that's what I'm going to scrapbook today. I like the colors in the photos. They're really bright. I tried to go with this rainbow theme, so I'm going to create a background with some mists that are in the same 5 colors that I used in the photos. So there's going to be red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. My layout design is going to be really simple, nothing special about it, just basically my photos down through the center of the page. And I'm going to use a lot of color, but I'm not going to use a lot of embellishments other than the color. A few things. I pulled out some transparent words, die cuts, and some puffy stickers and a couple of tags, but there's really just not going to be a lot on this page. So I am going to try and keep it super duper simple. To get this smudged look with the mist, all I'm using is straws. So you take a straw, dip it into the mist, and then rub it along the side so it gets a good kind of smudge look. The mist I'm using is water reactive, so I'm trying to dry it off in between colors so that they don't run together, because they have a tendency to kind of reactivate each other and then they end up smudging. So I didn't want that. I'm also not staying true to the Roy G. Biv rainbow color. I don't really care so much about that right now. I didn't do it in the picture, so I'm not going to do it here on this page. I used red on the outside because I wanted it to be the smallest amount since it's such a bold color. And then I'm going to go back and do blue and green down the other ways. I was having a little bit of a hard time smudging the blue real well, and I realized that if I put a drop on there, then I could smudge the drop and I would get the perfect streak just like I wanted it. So that worked out really great. But once I started the green, I was going along the same path as I did with the blue, putting little droplets down and then smudging those droplets. Worked great. But then I hit a snag and had a big boo-boo. There we go. Big, huge green plop right down there on the bottom. Wasn't planning on that, wasn't expecting it, but decided that at least it was in the colors and I would just go ahead and either work it in or cover it up. I wasn't going to worry about it. Just to make sure that everything was dry, I did take my heat gun to it and just kind of gave it a little shot of hot air so that it would make sure it was nice and dry, and then laid my photos out so that I could figure out how I wanted the basic look to go. I love these transparent die cut words from Studio Calico. They're super cool, and I definitely wanted to work them in. I had so much color on this page though that I realized that most of the words were not going to be dark enough to really be able to be seen. They were just going to look like black lines. So I decided to just go with these Love Always ones. And I didn't have an idea of where I wanted them. I just knew that I wanted them on here. So I'm just going to try and play around and see where I like them the best. I actually had these in my stash to do my December daily, and I'm going to end up using them on this page instead. I do have a tendency to struggle a bit when attaching transparencies. So I do try to use things like staples or stitching to tack them down because I don't like the glue look on the back. So here I just use my tiny attacher to get those words attached to the photo. This is a little tag from Pink Paisley, and I thought it would just work really nicely right underneath there. I'm going to attach the top photo with a little bit of washi tape and then just glue down the second photo right there onto the tag. now I've got a pretty good idea of how this page is going to get laid out. Again, I don't have a ton of embellishments to put on there, so I'm just going to add a couple of little things. For one thing, I'm going to add this tag that says together with little arrows pointing up. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the date on that one so that I do have a track. I have the whole date tracked of when we actually had our family photos taken. So December 6th, 2013 marks the day that our family got together long enough to have photographs taken. It's funny because I've been taking tons of people's family photographs here lately, and for their Christmas cards and things like that, I've gotten with friends and done theirs, and haven't done my own, but now I do. But of course this isn't my Christmas card picture because it would have been kind of late. Had to use something from the summer for that one. I'm also going to use this little pink tag up here at the top, and on it I'm just going to write I heart this or I love this, just because I think it's pretty cool that we are all together and doing this. I'm actually really thankful as I'm doing this page that my mother-in-law doesn't watch these videos, because then she would see what her present was, and instead we can kind of keep it a little bit of a surprise, at least until this weekend. And I am going to go ahead and attach this all down with hot glue. I like to keep it super secure. My tape runner doesn't help me in that way, so hot glue is awesome. Now to put on a title, I'm just going to title this Family. I think the love and the always, I think all kinds of works together with family. So I'm just going to add that word to the page. I'm not going to use anything real super bright. I'm just going to use these gray thickers. I decided that with all the color on this page that I didn't need to add more. I think that something just kind of neutral was going to work the best. And I did go and I ran my thickers through my sewing machine to make sure that they were stitched down and also very secure. And now I'm just going to go through and embellish with some of the different things that I've got. I got these little Embellishing geotag puffy stickers, put those on there. And then also these word stickers. One of them says we are here underneath the always, and the other one says I like this a lot. There's a little heart, and then this last one just is photo love. I did have trouble figuring out where to put it. Heart puffy stickers are always a great little embellishment, so I'm just adding those in. I love that they're black and white, kind of like the transparency die cuts that I use too, so they all seem to match together. And then the last thing I'm going to put on are some of these vellum star stickers. I did have trouble figuring out how to get them off, but once I caught on, I was able to add them here and there. As I was adding these star stickers, it did go through my head to maybe pull out some more embellishments, maybe some wood veneer or some sequins, or maybe some of the exclusive two-piece paper clips in different colors to kind of just add a little bit more pop in everything. But I just really realized that it doesn't need it. I liked the way it was, and it was simple, but it did look embellished, and it looks like me even though there's not a ton of stuff on it, which was kind of fun. So a lot of color, definitely it does that. I did add a little bit of journaling just to the bottom of the page. It's really about how we had our photo shoot for the first time, and that's it. As a recap, my prompts for you today are to keep it super simple, to not fret when you make mistakes, and to try something that's transparent. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of 213 and 2013. My challenge to you is to use any one of these prompts and share your layout with us in the gallery. This is Corrie Jones, Garden Girl for Two Peas in a Bucket. You guys have a great week.